Hey everyone, Zeddy here again today with a brand new Audiopocalypse card review. It's the last day of card reveals, and Demon Hunter, Druid have been revealed, and Demon Hunter looks like it's gonna be really good. It's already really good. Anyways, we'll talk about the cards. If you want to win the cards, we have a giveaway going on right now of 2 golden mini sets out of my pocket. That's right, the one that comes with a diamond legendary. All you have to do to enter is like and comment in the video description below. Be subscribed to the channel. If we hit 70,000 subs, we are less than 500 away by Wednesday. We don't have much time left. I will bump it up to another one, so hit that sub button. Make me go broken. Well, let's start off with those Demon Hunter cards I was talking about. And well, we have the Tough Crowd, a 3 mana 2/1 demon outcast. Return a minion to its owner's hand. So Outcast Demon Hunter getting some support. You might argue maybe it's a downgrade for Outcast Demon Hunter because now they can randomly generate a more expensive card. The most expensive Outcast card right now is a 3 mana demon that gives you +3 attack. This one gives you, well, you know, sap. That's literally sap, the rogue spell of return a minion to its owner's hand, or like Freezing Trap. So whether this, no matter what, whether this sees play or not, like competitively, you put this in your starting deck, it doesn't matter because you're going to see it no matter what because of Illidari Studies, discovering an Outcast card, or the 2-drop that discovers or creates Outcast cards. And it's a really annoying one because it'll sap your big taunt, your big threat, whatever, and it can be discounted. It's a demon as well, so you can't really run this in big DH. You'll have to consider whether, you know, you discover this off of options when you're playing big Demon Hunter because you can resurrect it. That can be bad, but overall it's a 3 mana sap with a 2/1 body that can be pretty powerful. I don't think you're hard running this card most of the time. I really don't. Demon Hunter doesn't struggle that much at removing threats. We all know that with the way they kill stuff, but no matter what, it's going to see play due to the nature of discovering Outcast cards and creating them. I still think it could see play. Like, it's a pretty powerful effect to sap something, although historically that's been 2 mana. Freezing Trap, sap, all that. Although Freezing Trap not targeted, I'm still gonna give it a 3 out of 5 in standard, a 3 out of 5 in wild, but you probably don't even hard run it. Again, you're probably just going to discover it, but again, pretty powerful effect on a 3-drop. Next, we have the Remixed Rhapsody, a 5 mana spell, so no tag on this one. Deal 3 damage to all minions, so like Excavated Evil, Fire Sale, right? But 1 extra mana compared to a Fire Sale, but you gain an extra effect in your hand that changes each turn, and those effects vary quite a bit. You should be able to see them here. You draw 3 cards, which is pretty good, drawing 3 cards, dealing 3 AoE, pretty solid. Give your hero +5 attack this turn, extra reach, that's not bad at all. Deal 3 damage to all minions twice, so you're basically clearing the board. Most of the time it's comparable to that Priest Harmonic Pop spell that would also give you a 3/3 for 6 mana, or summon a 5/5 demon, which is also comparable. Like, 2 of them are kind of comparable to the Priest spell. It's a really good AoE. Again, they have an AoE right now with Silver Moon Arcanist, which, you combo that and you're dealing, what, 3 and gaining full lifesteal. So again, it's like, will this make the cut compared to what Demon Hunter's already doing? It feels like it could slot in particular just like as an extra AoE option in these decks that want to survive, Relic Demon Hunter, Big Demon Hunter. Doesn't go into Outcast, but those other decks, I can certainly see it running this card. Drawing more cards, especially, can be really solid. You can scale it with Silver Moon Arcanist. It's 8 mana, of course, but maybe it's something you might consider doing. I could see this being run like it's a pretty solid AoE. All the upsides are pretty good. The only one that seems kind of iffy is +5 attack this turn, but certain situations where you just need that final reach to win, that might work out too. I'm gonna give this a 3 out of 5 as well in standard. Probably 2 to 5 in wild, where things have to be a little bit more hyper aggressive in that format. But again, Demon Hunter is already like top tier, and it's getting some pretty good stuff. And this AoE to me, although not amazing, I'm not giving it like a 4 out of 5 or a 5 out of 5. It's still really solid, and when you're giving really solid cards to an already pretty toxic class, like I'm sorry, I don't like facing relics. I find it very frustrating. This makes me a little bit worried, although I don't think it's incredibly powerful. It's just a solid card. And then we have a legendary. There's one class legendary left, but we have Rhythm Dancer Ryza, a 5 mana 3/5 rush minion. After your hero attacks, return this to your hand and set its cost to 1. So you play this, you maybe have a weapon up, just hero power, you can trade into something, you get it back, it costs 1, and it's permanently, and then you could do that again. It's basically, as long as you're attacking, you have a free 3/5 like every turn, but it has to attack into something that can like trade into and survive, right? Like, you know, if it has more than 5 attack or more, you can't really value trade, but still, it seems like a very flexible, powerful card. You can discount this with your draw spell that draws your rush minions, with the whole Halveria thing. It can also just help you buff stuff up on the board over and over. It just seems like a very flexible, a really good rush card. I don't know what it slots into other than Outcast, but maybe this is just so good you play it in every Demon Hunter deck just because it always gives you a play, especially after 6 mana. But it is expensive to set up, right? Like that first setup, you're playing a 3/5 rush for 5. That's like the old Null for Rogue, right? If you had no discounts on it, that's pretty expensive. So there is the downside of I gotta spend that mana to get this going. So I'm not sure how good this is. It's potentially like busted and super frustrating, or it's potentially too slow and clunky because, you know, you got to be able to kill stuff to get it back to your hand to make it worth it, right? So I don't know, I'm gonna give it a 3. I see like serious potential in the card, but at the end of the day, it could also just be way too slow, and also just you're not able to extract that value you need out of it. And in wild, I think it's too slow, so I'll give it a 2. But Demon Hunter, definitely not getting any bad cards, but hopefully these aren't too broken at the end of the day. And for the Druid cards, we have Popular Pixie, a 2 mana 2/3 minion, premium stats. Choose one, you refresh your hero power. So, you know, with the whole hero power druid thing, you can just do it again. It will cost mana if you do refresh it, or your next one costs 0. So you can bank this like a tour guide. So it's like a better tour guide for 1 more mana. You get premium stats, and if you're playing the whole hero power druid package, which most, you know, druid decks are outside of, I don't think big druid is because they can't run the death rattles. But if you're running that package, you're running this card. Like, you just are. Getting an extra hero power can be a lot of damage / armor, and banking that hero power for 0, you just play it on curve if you want, can be really solid. I'm gonna give this a 4 out of 5 in standard, 2 out of 5 in wild, because that hasn't worked out. Like, nobody plays that strategy like almost at all. I guess even druid can slot this in, but overall it's like incredibly flexible, and as long as you want, you know, as long as you're playing that hero power package, I don't see why you don't play this card. Like, it's just really solid. We have Doomkin, a druid warlock card, 6 mana 3/4 battle cry. Take 1 of your opponent's empty mana crystals. So I believe you'll not only, you know, they lose a mana, you gain the mana. So this is a really annoying freaking card, but it's a 6 mana 3/4. It's very expensive. In wild, you could do some real troll shenanigans with like Bran, and you could raise dead these and try and I can just see the mark combos already of like, my opponent never has mana, check out the video or whatever, right? Like, And it is empty mana crystals, not full mana crystals, or whatever that means. So I guess it means that you can't steal like and play the mana right away. It's only empty. So regardless, it's a pretty funny troll card, but the fact that it's so horribly understated and expensive, I don't see this seeing realistic play, at least in the current standard game. I can't see it. I don't think they want this to be a competitive card because it's really toxic. But at the end of the day, in Wild, where like I said, those things can happen, maybe it works. It's very much too slow there too. I'm actually gonna give it a 1 in Standard and Wild because I just don't think you can afford to play something this slow and greedy. I know people will. I know they will because people are such greed lords. But in terms of like its power level, it's a 6 mana 3/4 with a very, it's a good effect to an extent of stealing mana, but I don't know. We haven't seen that before. Maybe it's just totally cracked. It really could be. We've never really seen this. We've seen like destroying mana crystals and all that, but not like straight up taking one of your opponent's crystals is kind of nutty. So you know what? I'll bump it up to a 2. I'll bump it up to a 2 just in case the Greed Lords make it work somehow. But the next card's a 1. Blood Treant. This is a 5 mana 2/2. A 5 mana 2/2. However, for Druid and Warlock, however, costs health instead of mana. So you can just play this whenever and just take 5 damage. That's terrible. Like, I'm sorry, it's not worth spending 5 health to cheat out a 2/2. It just isn't in Standard. There's just no way. Like, this card just seems omega terrible. There's Treant synergy, I guess, for Druid. But overall, I think this is a terrible, terrible card. Maybe it'll be good at some point if you have the proper, synergies for it. But in Standard, let me know in the comments below how taking 5 damage is worth it to cheat out a 2/2. I just don't see it in today's game when there's no real synergies with it. So I'm gonna give it a 1 Standard. However, in Wild, there is way more Druid synergies. Still not worth it, but you could consider that. However, the Demon Seed, this procs half of the Demon Seed step by itself, and you can do it again. So it is support. You're probably going to die doing it though. You already have Crystallizer, and that deck you're already dying doing it. So you're just you're getting the quest done probably faster, but you're also dying really fast. But I'll give it a 2 for the potential of, Demon Seed. It works with it, and it can hyper get it done, but you're also hyper gonna blow up. So you'll have to consider all of that. So those are the Druid, Demon Hunter / Warlock reveals. There's Priest in a few hours. We're revealing those cards, so stay tuned for that. And then the last reveal is Warlock. So we'll review the Warlock and Priest cards in that video because I'm not going to be reviewing the cards in my own little reveal. Anyways, stay tuned for that. We got 2 more videos coming today. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Have a great day and stay salty, my friends.